What's up, everybody? This is the Jedi. The original intention of this video was kind of just like a mini follow-up, like an addendum, if you will, to the documentary, that the 3.5 hour documentary that I did about the government reopening the investigation into the 1955 murder, savage murder, demonic murder of Emit Till. And I thought this was an appropriate piece to bring as sort of an addendum. It's noteworthy that Taraji is going to star in and produce a film about Emit. All right, this is from January of this year. And just as a little random piece of information for you, it's from January 10th, which is my sister's birthday. That's just random though. That's just okay, fine. But alas, as fate would have it, this is going to turn into sort of a mini Monday mix. I'll remind you that we didn't do a Monday mix this week because I spent 3 days working on the Emit Till documentary. And in fact, I don't think I ended up releasing that until late Monday. So a Monday mix was out. And also, as I've said to you, that going forward, our Monday mixes are going to be a live stream on Mondays. All right, we will pick that up next week. If it is the will of Allah, my intention is to pick that up next week, Monday. But I'm going to go ahead and add some things to this because they brought themselves to my attention while I was sourcing this piece on Taraji. All right. Now, let's see. Let me give me a second. Okay, I just wanted to bring that in a little bit. Now, Taraji is bringing one of her passion projects to the silver screen. The Oscar-nominated actress recently revealed that she will star in and produce a forthcoming film on Emit Till. Taraji, who's currently promoting her film Proud Mary, which I didn't see, revealed the news during an interview with Global Grind. Department of Justice reportedly interested in reopening the case. Okay, we got fine. All right. The Emit story will be produced by Taraji's company, TPH Productions, and directed by John Singleton. Ooh, that's a good mix right there. Henson, Taraji is set to portray Till's mother, Mamie Till Mobley, pictured below in the film. All right, and she's gonna look great in that role too, y'all. When you look at that, any of these pictures of Emmett's mother, Mamie, and you think about Taraji, oh, she's gonna be dead on. Trust and believe. All right, and even though I didn't see Hidden Figures, I was aware of how she looked in that movie because of the promos, so that sort of period piece, that sort of classic looks from that time, when our women's hair was always just sort of done, no weaves, no special effects, no Kool-Aid colors and things, but just done, quote, we don't have a start date yet, but the deal has been done. That's a direct quote. So okay, and so like I said, this is from January, but that's very important to know. She said, we don't have a start date yet, but the deal has been done, end quote. Taraji explained, adding that the project is one that she's been passionate about since the murder of 17-year-old Trayvon Martin. Like Trayvon, Emit was just a teenager when he died. In 1955, Emit, then only 14 years old, was brutally, savagely, demonically murdered by two white devils for allegedly whistling at a white whore while visiting family in rural Mississippi. Emit, a native of Chicago, where the Jedi is from, was kidnapped and beaten to death by by these white devils. His eye was gouged out. He was shot in the head before being dumped into the Tallahatchie River. All right, and we also will recall that his tongue was cut out and then stuffed back in his mouth. All right, and that his ears were gone. I mean, this was just how could you it's a 14-year-old child. It'd be bad enough to do this to anybody, especially when they hadn't done anything to you. But a 14-year-old child? I highlight that again to try to impress upon you the level of evil, demonic, pure, unadulterated evil that you are dealing with. Try to even imagine who you would have to be to carry that out. Just try to even conjure that. Though his body was left brutalized to the point of no facial recognition, his mother and queen courageously decided on an open casket funeral. The Emmet's killers, whose names don't need to be fucking mentioned because they're just fucking white devils, were acquitted by an all-white devil jury. The pair would later confess to the heinous slayings, but were protected from prosecution under the double jeopardy law. His accuser, the white lying whore, would later admit to lying about Emmet making vocal advances to her. After her son was murdered, Mamie became a teacher and civil rights activist and often traveled the country sharing his story. She died in 2003 at the age of 81. Wow. This is interesting, everybody. I'm going to read this. The disturbing connection between Emmet's murder and his father's execution. We want to get into that. Yeah. Wait, I see something else. White artist slammed over Emit Till open casket painting. Oh, we're going to probably have to look at that too, y'all. Oh my God. Settle in, troops. Settle in. The other reason why I'm doing this, everybody, sort of the underlying theme, if you will, is also to illustrate to you and to bring home and materialize the truth of something that I say to you all the time, that every single day, there is some attack or provocation or harassment or terrorist act upon African people, men, women, and children, from white people in this damn country. Every damn day. We're not talking about just one, it's multiple, and it's all over this damn country. There's no shortage. There's no shortage of their harassment and pick. You see? So we're going to be paying very special attention to dates and locations as we move through this information. All right, let's see what this is now. The disturbing connection between Emmet's murder and his father's execution. Emit Louis Till would have celebrated his 75th birthday on Monday, which is not yet. Well, it'll be Monday, this coming Monday, all right? At just 14 years old, Emmet was savagely beaten, mutilated, shot, and thrown into the Tallahatchie River for allegedly whistling at a white whore while visiting cousins down south in 1955. The teen's murder is one of the more widely known tragic examples of white terror and white racism and white savagery endured by Africans in the Jim Crow era and even up till today. And his father's experience also holds historic weight in the treatment of African soldiers in the U.S. Army. Emmet was born in Chicago on July 25th, 1941, the only child of 18-year-old Louis Till and Mamie uh, Carthan Till. The married couple's relationship was reportedly volatile, with Mamie discovering Lewis was unfaithful. Why do they have to mention that? Now, this is from Vibe magazine, but I presume it is from another source. Um, yeah, because we don't do that. You feel me? Like we wouldn't write that in there. So what? Most of these Christian marriages across the damn country are volatile because they don't begin or not based on the foundation that Allah has set down and the rules of engagement that He has established for men and women. So, bite me. All right. Um, she separated from him in 1942 and later obtained a restraining order after he choked her to the point of unconsciousness. She fought back by throwing hot water on him. All right. That's a sister. So there's going to be some hot water, some hot grits, or some hot grease. Understand. Oh, look at this, you guys. Will Smith and Jay-Z to produce a HBO miniseries about Emit Till. All right, we may just peek at it, but we're not going to read it. All right, because I got a lot of things lined up in this video. Um, um, Lewis violated the restraining order and was subsequently given the choice of jail or army. He enlisted in 1943 but would be dead within 2 years. In 1945, Lewis was arrested by military police on suspicion of the murder of suspicious of the murder, I think they meant of an Italian woman, and rape of 2 others. He was investigated, convicted, and sentenced to death by hanging. Well, that's relative, and that's just because we can't trust that. He was investigated by who? He was convicted by who? He was sentenced by who? You see? So we're always suspect of that. And even just because of even just the subject matter we're covering, Emit Till wasn't guilty of a damn thing, and he was savagely murdered. So we're supposed to give credence and accept these charges against his father as if they were gospel law? Absolutely not. We throw that out. And he's sentenced to death by hanging. Lewis was executed on July 2nd, 1945, about a month shy of Emit's 4th birthday. Isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting? By the way, everybody, when did Michael Jackson die? Didn't he die on Emit Till's birthday? Where's my phone? I think Michael Jackson died on July 25th. When did Michael Jackson die? Oh, June. June 25th. I knew it was 25. Okay, strike that then. All right. The U.S. Army blocked Mrs. Till from learning the details of Lewis's case, telling her he died because of, quote, willful misconduct, end quote. She wouldn't get the rest of the story for another decade, and around that time she would endure another fight, this time with authorities, to have Emit's body returned to Chicago. Before Lewis, the first military example of judicial miscarriage involving a African soldier is said to be that of James C. Whitaker, a former slave and one of the first African men to serve at West Point. In 1980, Whitaker was found unconscious in his room, tied to his bed, gagged and bloodied, with his ears slashed. Given that African soldiers were seen as being less than their white devil counterparts, Whitaker's claims of 3 white devils attacking him were ignored. You see? White collusion, white terror, white savagery. Um, an internal investigation concluded that he attacked himself. Give me a damn break. And in parentheses, and tied himself up as a ploy to get discharged. Whitaker was given a court-martial, convicted, and dismissed from the U.S. Army. Think about that. Think about that. Think about that. Listen, everybody. We didn't make this reality what it is. We need to be very clear about that. We need to be very clear about that. We don't have any liability in all of this, and we are entitled to react to this in any way that we see fit. You need to be clear about that, so that we're not under any obligation to love any of these people for any reason at all, no matter what their protestation is, or what they how much they want to come and represent themselves, the individual, as being the good ones in all of that. I'm so sorry. If you move into a neighborhood tomorrow and you are told that this neighborhood is notorious for having child molesters in it, then every damn adult that's not your family, you're going to be looking at with suspicion, and you would not trust them. Do you understand? If you are a woman who has been sexually abused and violated by a rapist that is, let's say, Latino, then you are not under any obligation to then embrace Latino men from that day forward if you do not choose to. You are absolutely within your right to say, look, I was assaulted by a Latino man, and I just don't trust Latin men because of it. It has left me scarred, period. So we have centuries of terror and genocide and oppression from white people, and we are under no obligation to like any of them. That is our right if we choose that, period. You understand? Those who want to befriend them and just think that they're all hunky-dory and all that, it's sad, and they're insane. But if they want to feel that way, fine. We don't have shit to do with them. You understand? They've now stepped outside of the fold. But we are not going to be told and victim shamed by these damn people, because this is not ancient history. It's current, it's now, and that's one of the things that I'm going to be proving yet again with the information that I'm bringing in this video. All right, the circumstances surrounding open letter from family to Emit Till to Lil Wayne. I can't. All right, circumstances surrounding Lewis's prosecution and death sentence is connected to the swift miscarriage of justice for African soldiers. As reported by the Chicago Tribune in 2005, Lewis is buried in France in a small plot of land outside the official grounds of the something World War I American cemetery. He is one of 80 graves of African soldiers tried, convicted, and executed, and silenced forever. The Tribune report also cites that African soldiers accounted for 83% of those executed in Europe, North Africa, and Mediterranean theaters of operation, despite making up less than 10% of soldiers serving in the army. You see, wherever they exist, there is injustice upon us and all of humanity. That is reality. Everybody listening to me knows that king cobras and rattlesnakes are poisonous. You're a damn fool if you want to walk into a pit filled with king cobras and rattlesnakes. You're a damn fool. A damn fool. You see? And this is the same equivalent. We make no distinction. The disproportionate and discriminatory practices led to an attempted reform of the military judicial process. Meanwhile, the execution of Lewis played into a negative narration of fatherless black male victims who are never actually allowed to be victims. After Life magazine wrote and retracted a story stating that Lewis died fighting for his country, others penned editorials accusing Emmett of being a serial rapist because of his father's conviction and therefore deserving of the murder. You see, these people hold grudges, and damn it, we should be holding grudges too. And we are legitimate. They just hold grudges because they're sick. You understand? We have every right to hold grudges. Like his father, Emmett's fate in a racist white devil Jim Crow era was an ending chosen for him, but not by the army, by white devil ass men in Mississippi, or white devil ass savages in Mississippi. In fact, Emmett was found wearing a ring given to him by his father. But perhaps the most tragic section in the Till family story is that of his mother, a woman who not only forced, I think they meant who not only was forced, they need to proofread, who not only was forced into being a single parent after Lewis was executed, but lost her son 10 years later. Mamie, who died at the age of 81 in 2003, famously refused to have a closed casket at Emmett's funeral so that the world could see what these white devils had done to her boy. It is a memory that will forever be part of America's white terror, racial, and we're not going to use the word history. We will say of white America's constant behavior. That states it more accurately. You see, we can't use words like history and past, and because that's not consistent with reality. And we're going to prove that now as we get into our other pieces. We're not going to do the Jay-Z. Okay, I said we peek at it. Let me keep my word. We're just going to peek. All right, Will Smith and Jay-Z to produce the HBO miniseries about Emit Till. Fine. This is dated July 23rd of 2015, though. All right, we're not reading it. We're over it because that was 2015. That's 3 years ago. We haven't heard anything about it since, so we're over it. All right, we're past it. We're over it. And as we turn the page now, this is dated July 13th of 2018. White bitch calls cops or calls white devil ass police on an African man sitting in his car waiting for yoga class to start. You see? Yesterday is today, and today is yesterday. These are the same savage people that encountered us in 1619. And anyone paying attention, and you don't even have to be a highly intellectual person, and you don't even have to be obsessed and following every single thing. This stuff jumps out at you and meets you wherever you exist and breathe every single day. And for anyone to draw a conclusion that it is not all of them, and if you just have some little corner of your heart that wants to be, benevolent, then you have to say that it's at least 99% of their ass. But you can't just act like there's just little pockets, or it's the past, or these are aberrant events. And no, this is in California, all right? It starts out, it says, the trend continues. A white bitch in Long Beach, California called 911 on an African man after claiming that she felt, quote, threatened after see, how is this any different from Emit Till from 1955, and this is 2018? She felt threatened after confronting him as he sat quietly in his car waiting for his yoga class to start. You see? This is the people who start shit with all humanity. You can just be minding your own business, and here they come. And they don't know what it feels like because nobody's doing the shit back to them. Ezekiel Phillips had finished dropping a friend off when he decided to pull over in the residential neighborhood near the yoga studio. As he waited, a white bitch approached his car and said, "You're not supposed to be here. This is a good neighborhood." Phillips recently told LA's Fox 11 News. You see, listen, we tell our children when you see a stranger, you run. We teach women self-defense classes so that if they are alone and they encounter somebody strange, because we know that women are preyed upon in the society. So that wouldn't be something that's shocking and unbelievable to anybody. So as a people, given our history and our current state of affairs and the constant provocation and harassment by these people, it's not beyond the scope of imagination that this brother would have just jumped out and choked her bitch ass to death out of fear. Or snapping. You see what I'm saying? We know that soldiers come home from war and sometimes they just trigger off because of the traumatic experiences they've been through in war. How are we any fucking different? We're under no obligation to lay down and take this shit. Ezekiel said that he initially reacted by rolling up his car window until the bitch pulled out her cell phone. He took his phone out as well and began recording her white ass before getting out of his car and following her as she walked away up the block to a neighbor's house while frantically calling 911. She approaches him and now she's afraid. Quote, "He won't leave me alone. Get away from me," said the white whore, screaming in the 911 recording. The bitch also lied, not surprisingly, to the operator and said that Ezekiel, quote, "attacked another person." You see, they will say and do anything. Stop the video when I start making shit up in line. Just stop the video and never listen to me ever again. The unidentified bitch declined to come outside of her home when the news outlet attempted to get her side of the story. What did I tell you? They always throw the rock and hide their hand. But another neighbor did speak out, calling her actions racist and Trumpish. I love that. We all don't feel that way, the neighbor said, noting that police would not have been called if Ezekiel were a white man. Well, she might be one of the 1/1%, if that's even possible. Long Beach murderers did not file an incident report as no crime was committed. The department said that it encourages residents to call the police if they see something, quote, suspicious. See more on the story below. All right. You see? Now, and that's the brother there. Wow. I may see if I can find a video that I can use. But alas, and ironic, look, he's got the American flag on his hat. Really, bruh? Really? How you feel about that American flag now? You see, there's no time when any African person in this nation should ever be expressing any patriotism. You see, we don't wear flags and and put flags on our homes and all these things. You see, we don't say the national anthem and the Pledge of Allegiance. That is antithetical to your situation. You see, just like a rape victim does not hold a birthday party or an anniversary event, celebrating her attacker, his or her attacker, because men, this is an issue that's not just for women, it's predominantly women, but you understand my point, that nobody celebrates their abuser. So why, as African people, would we ever want to celebrate this shit or represent it or even wear an American flag on our damn hat? I ask you why. Now, as we turn the page to July 18th, you see, this is in Minnesota, huh? Stop the video when I lie or make shit up. Just stop the video and never listen to me ever again. Minnesota teens held at gunpoint speak out. Quote, I was scared he was going to shoot me. And these are Muslims. And they look Somali, actually. These boys, I know Somalis when I see them. All right, let's get into it. A group of black teen boys handcuffed and detained by white devil-ass police in Minnesota have finally spoken out. In a video that has gone viral, the teens describe their encounter with law enforcement. That we don't use that term, law enforcement. As they describe their encounter with white oppressors after someone called, who we know was definitely a fucking white devil, placed a 911 call alleging one of them had a weapon. Think about that. And by the way, we want to know, is Minnesota an open carry state? Let's just get into that. Let's ask the white whore. Is Minnesota an open carry state? Open carry is... Okay, she's going to say it.
Open carry is legal, but you must have a valid permit license to carry to open carry in Minnesota. The state preempts all firearm laws in the state, and local authorities can't have laws ordinances against page 7 www.handgunlaw.us 7 open carry.
Thank you, white whore. Now, so my point is, and why I wanted to explore that, everybody, is because just the fact that anybody had a weapon should have been no problem. I cite for you John Crawford, when he was murdered by these paid oppressors, these paid murderers, these paid assassins in the Walmart. And that was an open carry state, in a store that carries guns and live ammunition. Can you hear me? So my point also further is to say that when they got the 911 call, the person should have said, are they doing anything with the weapon? Because, bitch, this is an open carry state. May I help you? But the fact that it was a white bitch calling, and there was a white bitch answering, and there was going to be white fucking devil-ass police responding, the white collusion is in place. You understand what I'm telling you? It's all of them. All of them, everywhere across this asshole of Satan. Quote, they pulled a gun in my face and I was scared, said 14-year-old Shuaib Ahmed. See? Come on now. I know what I'm talking about. To Minneapolis outlet Care 11. One was shaking and I was scared that he was going to shoot me. You see? He was shaking. And this is a 14-year-old kid and they're afraid of him. Cowards. Cowards all. Cowards. That's why they get on the phone and call the police if they're just so in fear. Because they can't handle an African person. Police show up, they never come one at a time. They come in a whole fucking group. Because they're cowards. Cowards. Took two of them to go there, and more actually. Took a group of them to go there and get Emit Till out of his bed the night they murdered him. Cowards. That's why America's the only fucking nation on this fucking earth where people are armed and have guns and shit. Michael Moore did a fantastic piece about America and guns. It's worth finding that piece, everybody. Let me see if I can find that, because I know I've used it in previous work, and it's worth it right now. Stay with me. Stay with me. Stay with me. Okay, this is the video. I will link it. It's called A Brief History of the USA, Bowling for Columbine. It's from Michael Moore's movie, Bowling for Columbine. Alright. It's only a 3.5 minute piece. 3 minutes, 15 seconds. Definitely go and see that, everybody. Because he unapologetically breaks down how, why, and when white people's relationship with guns. You see? And why America is the #1 damn thing on earth for gun violence is right here. Right here. All right. So make sure you go and see that. All right. So we'll pick it up. Multiple witnesses say an older white devil teenager attacked the group of boys playing in the park. See? They're the provocateurs on the earth, no matter where they exist and breathe. You don't got to be doing anything, and here they come. That's it. Just mind your own business, and here they white ass come. So they saw this white ass holes attack the group of boys playing in the park. The eyewitnesses say the unknown white devil had a knife, a garbage can, and a stick as he hurled racial slurs at the Somalian American teens. What I tell you, I know my Somali brothers. This is when I see them. All right. Matter of fact, I've got this is so random, y'all, but y'all know how I get. I got a picture of me and some of my Somali brothers at our mosque from a while back. I'll share that with you. There we are. Yes, 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 yes. And the two tall ones, those are they're Somali. Beautiful brothers. Let's see now. Look, we was just trying to be gangster. Wait, let me show. Okay, 9, 8. All right. And this one was just being gangster and trying to throw it West Side, you know. There we are. But yeah, those are my Somali brothers right there. All right. Just wanted to share that with y'all. All right. So a garbage can, as he hurled wrestles at the Somali American teens, bystanders reportedly interfered and de-escalated the situation. The white devil reportedly fled, but not before his bitch-ass girlfriend called 911 and alleged that the 4 black teens had a weapon. You see what I'm saying? Oh my God, may the curse of Allah be upon these people for eternity, and may they burn in the hellfire. The video shows the paid murderers telling witnesses to leave as they point their guns at the teenage boys. So they've already been victimized by the white devils that showed up. Now here comes the fucking police, in quotations. You see? All of them. All of them. All of them. Because they would say the same thing. I cite for you. They lied and alleged that there was 19 people that pulled off the biggest attack on American soil, in quotations, ever. That was their lie. But because of that lie, they then, by extension, they began calling Islam a violent religion. So there's 1.8 billion of us, and they would assign that to 1.8 billion based on 19, and we're not supposed to extrapolate and say, because of their evil since 1619 till present day right now, that we're supposed to make some kind of distinction between one and the other? What planet are we supposed to do that on? I can't. Okay, so now they show up and point their guns at the teens. Initially, Minnesota Park Police said they, quote, unholstered, end quote, their guns, but soon recanted their original statement saying the gun was pointed in the general area of the 4 teens. No. And in America, when you pull a gun on somebody, that's assault. Whether you use it or not, you actually point a gun at somebody, that's assault. That's assault. So they have a lawsuit. Abdi Jabbar Ahmed, 13, expressed a similar fear when speaking about the nearly fatal encounter. Quote, I was scared. I thought that would be my last day of the world, he said. Minnesota Park White Devils have reportedly hired an outside investigator to look into the situation, and a representative from the park have reached out to the families to apologize. Wow. And again, that's because they're Muslim. You see what I'm saying? I've said this to you in previous work. Y'all Christian folks, they don't reach out for no apology. You understand? Because they understand that Muslims are not like you, and they know that we don't have fear. You understand? And they know that there could be serious repercussions. So this is why they are apologizing and reaching out to the family, you see? In recent months, white devil men and women calling police on black civilians for seemingly arbitrary instances have been pushed to the forefront. A white bitch called the cops on a black female Yale grad student for sleeping in the common area, while another white bitch called authorities on an 8-year-old girl selling water. Do you see what I'm saying? This is what you're dealing with, everybody. Like Dr. Maya Angelou said, when a person shows you who they are, believe them the first damn time. And then you see this little side when your white bitch calls cops on black man barbecuing in Oakland Park. We know about that one. You see? It's every day. It's every day. Every day. Now we had California, Minnesota. You see? Now here's from July 15th of this year. This is Florida. A Florida fucking paid murderer allegedly told cops to, quote, arrest anybody black to increase crime stats. This is what we're dealing with. There's a collusion against you, everybody, from the highest levels in this country to the bitch in the trailer park. They're so-called white trash. It is all of them. And you need to approach it as such, the same way you would approach a large dog that you don't know is vicious or not, but you would definitely approach that dog with caution. First thing you would say to the owner if they're around, you say, do your dog bite? Do they bite? Do they bite? You always ask that. You always ask that. You're cautious. Why aren't you doing the same thing with the enemy of humanity? I ask you. Former Florida police asshole, whose name we don't care about, faces 11 years in prison for allegedly instructing his asshole ass fucking police in 2014 to arrest, quote, anybody black for unrelated crimes to achieve perfect crime stats. If we have burglaries that are open cases that are not solved yet, if you see anybody black walking through our streets and they have somewhat of a record, arrest them so we can pin them for all the burglaries. Officer somebody said they were basically doing this to have a 100% clearance rate for the city. You see what I'm saying? The Miami Herald reports that some asshole of this damn satanic organization refused to participate in the illegal practice. Whatever. Quote, I will not arrest an innocent person for making the department to make the department look good. He wrote in a statement. Okay, in total, 4 assholes allege they were told to file false charges, and of the 4, this person claims he was officially ordered to arrest black people. The village manager ordered the probe after receiving numerous letters from cops about the department's activities. Listen, and we don't see this as an aberration, everybody. This is just the one we know about. This is in every damn precinct across this bitch, no matter what the municipality. Period. All across these 50 damn states. This is just one that we're finding out about. Excuse me. And this isn't the first time we found out something like this. This is not surprising to African people. We know that the job of the so-called police is to harass and to incarcerate and to murder African people and to pin you with criminal records and have you on probation and parole. This is their job. It's what they are supposed to do. So we're not surprised by this. But beware and be mindful that if we turn the tables and we're doing this same shit to them, this fragile ass beast who can't do anything alone and whose answer to everything is violence, what do you imagine they would be saying and doing? The letter said that these assholes were doing a lot of bad things. Somebody told the Herald. All right, I don't care about nobody's name. It said that these assholes were directed to pick up people of color and blame the crimes on them. Somebody resigned in 2014 after the 2014 probe and had since been charged by federal prosecutors with civil rights violations. The incident alleged that he and somebody else conspired to falsely arrest a 16-year-old African male known as TD for unsolved burglaries. Whoever directed whoever to arrest TD on June 13, 2013, and falsely charged him with unsolved burglaries, knowing that there was no evidence and no lawful basis to support such charges, the Department of Justice revealed in a new release. The incident further alleges that following this asshole's instruction, somebody gathered information for 4 unsolved burglary cases, completed 4 arrest affidavits for the burglaries, and included a false narrative that an investigation revealed that TD had committed the 4 burglaries of unoccupied dwellings. All charges have been dropped against the then unidentified 16-year-old, who is now 21. A trial for the asshole has been set for July 23rd. I want to say this. But remember then, TD and everybody else that they did this shit to then has to go in and face a white devil fucking ass jury. You see, white collusion, white evil. You see, it's infested throughout their society. It's them. They're the enemy of all humanity, and a specific enemy of African people across the diaspora. That was Florida. Now, we turn the page. Black woman author recounts scary police encounter at her home. This is July the 13th of this year. You see what I'm saying? Beautiful sister. Exquisite. Exquisite. Mistreatment and insensitivity at the hands of white devil-ass police hasn't stopped dominating headlines over the past few years and forever. Based on 2018's track record, it doesn't seem like it will slow down in the near future either. Rather the tense police run-ins occur at public pools or on private property. You see? Wherever they exist and breathe, there is problems for humanity. In Tommy Adeyemi's case, the encounter was at her own front door. Yesterday, July 12th, the New York Times best-selling author who penned Children of Blood and Bone, the 24-year-old fantasy novel, was also acquired by Fox 2000 in a 7-figure book deal, experienced 4 armed assholes showing up on her doorstep, demanding to speak to someone inside even though they did not have a warrant at the time. When she asked for it, one of the assholes immediately became hostile, threatening to kick her door down. You see what I'm saying? The white man is the devil, everybody. That's their whole record. What are we supposed to call them? Wonderful people, huh? Come on. What are we supposed to say? You judge a thing by its actions. We call venomous snakes poisonous because when they bite you, you are poisoned. When you see nothing but hate and evil coming from something, you call it the devil. Tommy tried to explain how problematic of an experience it is for 4 asshole-ass racist fucking devils with guns to show up to one black woman's doorstep after so many black bodies have been laid to rest because of them, you see? But they weren't hearing it. They even cracked a joke about, quote, not seeing color, and also being discriminated against before leaving her alone. She documented all of their intimidation tactics and her tearful reaction to them on Twitter. 4 assholes showed up to my doorstep, then showed their badges and asked to speak to someone inside my house. I instantly saw their guns. When I asked if they had a warrant, one of the white devils threatened to come back with a warrant and rip my door off its hinges. You see what I'm saying? There are no good ones, everybody. I take that all the way to my grave because that is the fucking truth. Just as the sky is blue and the sun rises in the east. and to think anything else is to be dwelling in a land of fantasy and fiction. When it was revealed that all they wanted to see, when it was revealed that all they wanted was to see if someone inside had a phone contact that would help them with an investigation, I asked why the assholes threatened a search warrant at all, or to rip my doors off the hinges. The asshole denied making either threat because they are born liars. You understand? The incarnation of deception. And yes, I have a video recording of him making both threats. When I tried to explain why 4 white fucking devils with badges and guns showing up on a black woman's doorstep in 2018 was cause for extreme alarm, they said, "This isn't about race. I don't see color." Wow. I'm colorblind. At that point, I had to take a moment for myself. I sat on my floor and cried. See, this was terrorism, everybody. This was terrorism. She was terrorized by this white terrorist. You have to call a thing a thing. You have to call a thing a thing. But I was hoping this could be a teachable moment for them. So at the end of this encounter, I pulled myself together and tried to explain again how every day for the past 2 years I've seen pictures and videos of white devils with badges like theirs and guns like theirs murder and assault innocent African people. I tried to explain how understanding that viewpoint would help them positively interact with African people in the future. The devil who threatened to rip the door off the hinges and then denied making this threat interrupted me to say the following: I wish the public would stop focusing on the negative. It's such a small percentage of the police force. I get discriminated against all the time. Fuck you. Then the fucker made a joke, laughed, and walked away. You see? This is the fucking problem, she writes. And just to be clear, I'm okay. I'm sharing this because writing is how I process and get through trauma. I am not going to let that bastard ruin my day or my weekend or my life. But this is what is happening every single day to men, women, and children. Hashtag this is America. No, hashtag this is the asshole of Satan. This is the center of evil, and this is where the devil dwells. You understand? And all of them are his minions, or actually him incarnate. Period. The damn end. That's why I'm doing this, because like I say, every single day, across this bitch, all day, and these are just the ones we know about, and these are just the ones I'm selecting to even cover. But we could be here for another many hours and deal with just shit that is right now, that's in the last even week. Do you understand what I'm telling you? Now, this one is an aberration, but not so much. All right, settle down. This is actually from March the 23rd of 2017. All right, but we make no distinction because this is not ancient history, and it still goes to our point that this is all day, every day, round the clock. They are starting shit with African people. As I speak to you, they're doing evil. A painting of Emit Till caught attention for all the wrong reasons in the 2017 Whitney Biennial in open casket. Brooklyn-based artist Dana Schultz depicts the aftermath of the African American teen's death at the hands of 2 white devils, lynchers, after he was falsely accused of harassing a white bitch in Mississippi back in 1955. Schultz, a white bitch herself, has since been accused of exploiting and profiting off of African suffering. According to the Huffington Post, a group of protesters blocked the image of Till's mutilated face from public view at the opening day, March 17th, including African artist Parker Bright, whose shirt bore the words "Black Death Spectacle." I feel like she doesn't have the privilege to speak for African people as a whole or for Emit Till's family, he said on Facebook Live. I love him. I love him. British-born black artist and writer Hannah Black, um, has also taken issue with the artwork. Quote, the subject matter is not Schultz. She wrote in an open letter, white free speech and white creative freedom have been founded on the constraints of others and are not natural rights. The painting must go. According to the New York Times, the white bitch has no intention of selling the piece. Quote, I don't know what it's like to be black in America, but I do. I always tell you, nothing follows but bullshit, everybody. But I do know what it is like to be a mother. Sat your ass down. Sat your ass down. Sat your ass. Sat your ass. Because your being a mother is not anywhere close to being an African mother. So you still don't know. So sat your ass. And if that was the case, why didn't you paint his mother and try to depict her anguish and her sorrow instead of depicting Emit, since you know what it's like to be a mother? And you definitely don't know what it's like to be the mother of an African child, and certainly not an African male child. Sat your ass down. Emit was Mamie's only son. The thought of anything happening to your child is beyond comprehension. Their pain is your pain. My engagement with this image was through empathy with his mother. Well, then you should have painted his mother. Sat your bitch ass down. She added, art can be a space of empathy, a vehicle for connection. I don't believe that people can ever really know what it's like to be someone else. I will never know the fear that black parents may have. You see, the subconscious is speaking there. She's saying all this, which is why I'm telling her to sit her bitch ass down, because I know it's fake. Because nothing that comes out of the tongues of these people is nothing but fucking deception and lies. And you see the subconscious speaks right here. I will never know what the fear that black parents may have. May? But neither are we all completely unknowable. In a statement to ArtNet News, the curator of this damn place, Christopher Liu, and Mia Locks insisted they wanted to highlight the importance of this extremely consequential and solemn image of American and African American history and the history of race relations in this country, but that hasn't assuaged the damage already done. And I would stop and say this: if that was the case, and they're the curators of this damn place, then you go and you source a black artist and you say, we'd like to commission you to do a piece because we're so concerned about the history of race relations in this bitch. You see, it's all fake. If they're speaking, they're lying. We're not going to get through this. All right, we're at the end, thankfully. Although the bitch's intentions may be to present white shame, this shame is not correctly represented as a painting of a dead black boy by a white artist. The non-black artist who sincerely wish to highlight the shameful nature of white violence should first of all stop treating black pain as raw material. The subject matter is not the bitch's white free speech and white creative freedom. The subject matter is not this bitch. White free speech and white creative freedom have been founded on the constraint of others and are not natural rights. The painting must go. We read that. I guess I'll read this. Hey, heads up, the black community can express its own history, plight, and injustice without the disservice of white bitches who falsify purpose and lack message, expressing her white shame by using Emit Till as a subject matter, using the sacrifice of a black child murdered on a white bitch's claim is Dana reenacting the same white privilege that essentially murdered Emit. This shows a disregard for the community and a self-serving expression with no true root of purpose in subject matter. We have abundant talent, purpose, perspective, voice, and a light that shines in the darkest of days. Black pain and injustice is not a subject non-black artists have privilege to dabble in without shame with to dabble in whatsoever. Shame on this bitch and the damn institution for showing problematic work. Boycott museums that hire lame curators. Brilliant letter by Hannah Black. Kudos to all artists who co-signed and protesters doing work. Destroy the painting. Thanks. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. I can't. Every day, everybody. Every day. Every day. And they want to make up 19 people that they lied and said did the shit on 9/11 when it's all their asses from 1619 to current day. There's this sick need to try to find some equivalent with their evil somewhere in humanity, and there is none. There's no equivalent. No equivalent. And just for fun, I'm going to do this. See what we get. Just to read the headlines, you see, so you can see the plethora of bullshit that they do all damn day. Georgia family accused of stabbing, robbing Applebee waitress. The victim was attacked after accidentally brushing up against a customer's leg, you see. Woman called cops on a 12-year-old black boy over his paper route. You see? Florida cop accuses Burger King of placing dirt in his food when it was just pepper. You see? Sure, he was a white devil. Miami-Dade white devil asked police force to return nearly $20,000 to stripper after an illegal search. You see what I'm saying? Every day, all of them. Every day, all of them. Every day, all of them. Say it. Every day, all of them. Every day, all of them. South Carolina police want Angie Thomas, the hate you give, removed from high school reading list. Huh? How's the fucking police going to decide school curriculum? You see what I'm saying? Because it's all of them. It's white collusion. It doesn't matter what fucking, like we saw with Dr. Umar Johnson when I brought you the video on him saying we have to support this brother in this hour. So it was the state board that was questioning his credentials, but then you had fucking Instagram shut his shit down and Facebook shut him down, and then the GoFundMe, and then you see what I'm saying? Like, just, it's all of them. Look, federal judge tosses Detroit education lawsuit. Rules children have, quote, no fundamental right to literacy. Pastor orders black family out of his church during funeral. Where are the good ones, everybody? Where they at? Where they at? 911 was called on a 12-year-old boy cutting grass as part of his lawn mowing business. I can't. Asshole cop charged with criminal homicide in the shooting death of Antoine Rose. I brought you the story of Antoine Rose. Look, 35 years later, a white devil receives life sentence for killing a black man. White bitch calls police on 8-year-old girl selling fucking water. Charleston passes resolution to atone for its role in the slave trade. Huh? Where are the good ones, everybody? Where they at? White devil of Trump, of the orange tulip, refuses to apologize for mocking family separation of child with Down syndrome. Black Lives Matter activist truck was vandalized with swastikas and the word white pride. You see what I'm saying? These are terrorists. Washington, D.C. set to battle a $1 billion gentrification lawsuit. Woman dismembers roommate's body for refusing to move out. Probably a white bitch. How do you steal $60,000 worth of gas? I can't. Woman sues Target for making her strip to prove she didn't steal a bathing suit. You see? We sure that was a sister that was victimized. No question. Because no black people do that shit. Southwest Airlines, white fucking Southwest Airlines asked woman to prove her biracial son is her child. A white devil ass cop arrested for threatening to kill a woman unless she sends nudes. You see what I'm saying? It's all of them every day. Nashville man ordered back to prison after court rules his 35-year sentence was reduced by mistake. Fuck that. Good. Rachel Dolezal bitch ass faced 15 years in prison for over welfare fraud. Good. You want to be black so bad, bitch? Take your bitch ass to jail. Fourth grader left in tears after white bitch ass teacher claims his life will be cut short. We're not even reading about fucking Zimmerman's fake bitch ass. Suspect identified in Texas high school shooting. I'm sure that was fucking white devil. "22-year-old black man's death while in police custody ruled a homicide." One more, and we're done. Nevada Supreme Court clears state to perform first execution in over a decade, and I'm sure the first fucking person will be an African. No question in my mind. North Carolina asshole white devil cop recorded choking, slamming black man outside Waffle House. South Carolina man tries to hire supremacist to kill black neighbor, ends up soliciting FBI agent. South Carolina high school threatens families no cheering or pay a $1,000 fine. You see? Two men accused of rape exonerated 26 years later after the victim recanted. White family will not face hate crime charges for brutal murder, dismemberment of two black men in Oklahoma. Two black men arrested at Philly Starbucks reach $1 settlement and program for young entrepreneurs. That was the Starbucks shit. And then this, we know about the Waffle House thing. Yeah. And then I brought you guys this case of the black woman that they savagely abused in that Waffle House. So this is every day, all over this damn country. Don't ever buy into this shit that racism is in the South and that slavery was only in the South and that racism is over and there's only a few white people that are racist and that are haters and all that. My information and everything that I see and know shows me it's all of their ass every day, all day, right now. It doesn't matter if it's a judge, a jury, a cop, a bitch at a Starbucks, a bitch at a Walmart, the bitch next door, anybody driving next to you in a car in the street. It doesn't matter. It's all of them. It's all of them. Just like that, if you saw a rattler snake go past you, you would take some kind of measure. You would take some kind of measure. You see? So we need to be doing that same damn thing because our lives depend on it. You know, it's not enough for them, the whites only and black only signs from the past. It's now they want to lay hands on you. They want to affect your freedom. You see, when a white devil calls the white devil as police or calls the white devil 911, they're doing that because they want something physical to happen to you. Something physical. I saw in the Black Junction, last thing I must say, I saw in the Black Junction, there's a video. This brother is, I forget what state it's in, and goes into a store, and there's this thing. You don't know if it's a dude or a chick. And I'm not able to sign into, I can't even pull up the Black Junction website. I don't know what's going on, everybody. I don't know what's going on. They're having problems, and I'm praying that they're going to get it rectified. Because I'm not able to upload my videos, and then the few that I have, I had to just bitch out and go ahead and transfer them from fucking YouTube, which I don't want that. I want my stuff directly uploaded to Black Junction. Period. The end. Anyways, I will try and find that, but I probably won't be able to because, like I say, you can't get in over there. You just can't. So I just wanted to bring this, to illustrate what I've illustrated. We are under assault from white people. Because in none of these stories did we see any people from India. In none of these stories did we see any people from Asia. Be it China, Japan, the Vietnam, the Philippines. We didn't see no Arabs in any of these stories. Do you understand what I'm telling you? The only people fucking with us every goddamn day is white people. That's the truth. That's the truth. We don't have to like it. But what we need to do is fucking understand it and do something about it. This is the Jedi.